Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's session on the UEC 2023 bootcamp. Sorry that we are starting late. Um, we're waiting for the facilitator to join us from where she is. It's not been easy, but we are sure this is going to happen. So we are okay. So while we wait for her, let me take this opportunity to ask you a few questions and for you to tell us how it has been all this while. So on the comment section, just tell us how the sessions have impacted your lives and your businesses so far. If that is possible, let's have that before she joins us. Okay. Um, okay. If you can hear me, just drop the comments on drop your comments and I will read them out. Okay. By the way, this is Aye Banjo Joseph, uh, Joyemi Food Subsidiary. Okay. Manufacturing of natural organic food seasoning and spices. You are welcome. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. So, like I said, we want to know how it has been since the boot camp started. The impact the boot camp has had on your business so far. So, let us hear you as we wait for our facilitator to join us. Hello, good evening, everyone. This is Jerry Chukuma, active participant. Ugumba. Thank you, Jerry Chukuma, for joining us today. Okay. Um, okay. I think Temi is here. Okay. Thank you so much. This one is from. Okay. This one is from. Okay, Temi, you're welcome. You're welcome on the studio. Sorry for the network issues you had. Trying to keep the audience engaged. This is 209. So I don't think we have any more time to waste. If you're ready, let me know. I wanted to engage the participants and see how it has been all the while. Let me see who has a comment to share with us. Okay, good. Let me read Folake Amoroma. The bootcamp has been amazing, and I particularly enjoyed the business plan class we had. I'm also looking forward to learning today. Okay, fantastic. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, I wanted to talk about the impact. Good. Thank you, Folake, for who else has the impact story to share with us. Okay, I think now that Temi Alade-Mustapha is here, I'm going to hand over to her. Like I said, Temi is a wonderful financial consultant and the Monday money message bearer. It's an evangelist of money money management. And she has also authored so many books. Temi, I think I will leave you to do the introduction yourself as I hand over to you. Yes, just
Thank
1 minute.
you very much.
Okay, good. So over
All
to
right.
you. Over to you, Temi. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
you're welcome. Thank you very much, Remy. I want to know if you can hear me clearly. Please, if you can hear me, let me know so that I can go right into it. I don't want to waste any more time because it's 11 minutes past 2 already. So can you hear me clearly? Let me know if you can hear me.
Yeah, I'm sure they can hear you. I'm sure from the comment section, they are still commenting and welcoming you. So go ahead, they can hear you.
All right. Okay. Thank
Yes,
you very much.
yes.
It's here to be here today. Like you said, when I'm the bearer of money message, and when it is time to talk about money, I'm always very excited. And I want to say thank you very much for the leadership of global leadership, for everything you do, for building leaders, for building entrepreneurs. I want to say thank you very much for being consistent. Thank you very much for always inviting me to share my money messages because I believe that money is something that we should discuss every day because I mean on earth what we spend here is money, so we need to talk about it. So thank you very much once again. So I'll do my introduction myself. I always love to do my introduction. so that you will learn from my introduction and my story. So today, we're going to be talking about basics of personal financial management. And the reason is that as an entrepreneur, as a leader, as a person, if you don't manage your personal finance, it will affect every aspect of your life. I mean, if you are doing business and you don't know, you are not conscious of money management, you may run into loss. It doesn't matter how much personnel you employ. If you, as the CEO, as the executive director, as the owner of the business, if you don't mind your personal finance, you may get it wrong. A lot of people mix up their personal finance with their business finance, and this has caused a lot of issues. So today, the reason why we are talking about financial literacy is so that you, as an individual, will learn how to manage your money, because it's not enough to make money. You need to learn how to manage. You need to know how to multiply it, and you need to know how to sustain it. A lot of people, you hear they were rich some years ago, and now they are very poor. It is because they have a lot of business, but they are not conscious of the asset. They are not conscious of their personal finance, and at the end of the day, they end up losing money. All right. So I've worked in the bank for the past 17 years, and I've seen a whole lot of mistakes people make when it comes to their finances. And that's why I have made up my mind to start teaching financial management. I believe that if everyone can be financially literate, it will help in every decision we make in our life. So my goal today is to help you learn the basics of personal financial management, that you can, of course, we are going to have practical sections today, and then it will help you now and even in the future. So I want you to follow me as I go. As a banker for 17 years, there was a time that I was not actually minding my own money. I mean, I as early as when I was 19, 20 years, I knew that it is important to actually manage your money. So I got a mentor who happened to my dad's friend, happened to be my dad's friend. So he was teaching me on how I can actually buy shares, invest, and all. And then I was doing that. I bought a lot of shares that I still have to date, and that was like 20 something years ago. So now I got my dream job in a bank, and I forgot about all the coaching, all the mentoring about minding my money. I started spending anyhow. I'll buy the latest clothes, the latest shoe, and all. Until one day, someone was asked to go. After 15 years of work, she had spent everything she had earned, and she started crying. Her husband does not have a good job. Her children have not, she has not built, she doesn't have any assets. And so she started crying. That day I went home and I told myself, I don't want to end up like this person. So that day I made up my mind to start minding my own money and to start teaching other people about financial literacy. So today I hope that you will make this an interactive session. I hope that you will get your pen and your notepad so that you would learn more. So please make use of the chat box as I ask the question. Ensure that you drop your response in the chat box so that you can interact, and it's going to be an interactive section. And of course, we're going to be having a practical section where you can actually do your budget. So stay to the end, and you'll learn simple ways on how you can actually do you can create your own budget. All right, so let's get right into it. So now my first question to you would be, how much do you actually have? Do you know how much you actually have? Can anyone tell me? I'll be looking at the chat box to see your response. All right. So how much do you actually have? Can you tell me? So if you can hear me, this is where I want to see your response. And I want to be sure I'm not talking to myself. So please respond to me. How much do you actually have? Are you with me? I'm the only one in this room. Can I hear you? Please respond in the chat box so that I can know that you are following me. All right. So I can't see any response. Does it mean that I'm the only one here? Does it mean that I'm all by myself?
There's a response from Mary Godwin. She's saying not as much as I should have. Can you see that?
Oh, okay. Oh, how come I can't see the response? All right. So, yeah, when you want to start out minding your own money, you need to know how much you have. Okay, I can see some response. Someone said 700. So, you need to know how much you have right now. I told you my story of when I started, made up my mind that I want to start minding my own money. So, what I did was I calculated my net worth. I asked myself, what did I have at that time? What do I have? That was my net worth as of that time. And it is very important, all right, to know how much you have. Because it's like you want to go on a journey. You need to know where you are. If you want to travel to Abuja, for example, or you want to travel from Abuja to Lagos or to UK or to US, you first know where are you. So if you are in Gauki in Abuja, you first get to the airport before you now bought a, of course you will have bought your, you will have your ticket, and then when you have your ticket, you bought the flight, you get your destination, either Ibadan, Lagos, or UK or Australia. So that's how it is when you want to start out with your personal finance. You need to ask yourself, what do you have right now? What are the assets you have? So we'll start from asking yourself, how much do you have in your wallet right now? And how much do you have in your banking app? What do you have? Once you are able to establish that, then you need to tell yourself, what do you want to have in the next 10 years, in the next 5 years, in the next 2 years? So money is one thing that you want to use to actually, at this point, know what you have, because you're talking about financial literacy. So now you need to know what you have. And I'm happy that some people, somebody said, not as much as I want. Some people said 500,000. I'm happy that you are able to know it. So you need to know how much you have in your wallet. Even if it is 10 naira, it is still something. How much do you have in your bank app, in your OPay, in your Access Bank, your GT? How much do you have? So once you can determine that, that is what you are worth in money, and it is different from your asset. I'm still going to get to where we'll talk about asset. All right. So that's the money. So you need to know money moves out or in. So what you have is your base. What you have right now, that thing that you are able to tell me is your money base. So now you need to now ask yourself, how does money move out, or how does it come into your hand? Because it's more either money is going out or money is coming in. I mean, some people, money goes out from their hand than it comes in. So you want to ask yourself, your money base is your money in the bank, the money at hand, and your expected money. Is somebody owing you? Did you borrow somebody money, or you sold a product and you're expecting payment and it is sure? Those everything together is your money base. So if you have your notepad and your pen now, I'd like you to write your money base. You know it. If you don't want to share it, I think you should write it, because I'm going to be building on that as we move on. All right. So please, if you have a question, you can drop in the chat box. I'll check and respond, so that we are on the same page. So now, talking about money and its movements, money comes in, like I said, and money goes out. So inflow, for example, money can come in through your salary if you work 9 to 5, or your business income if you have a business, or from investment. For example, you've invested your money with the money managers, and the return on investment. So those are the three basic ways money will come into your hand. It's either from salary, from the income that you make from your business, or from return on investment. Now, let's talk about people mix these two things, your income and your profit. Please note that your profit is not your income. So, for example, you sell a product today, and the product is sold is for 5,000, and you have an income of 5,000. You all will agree with me that the 5,000 is not your profit. It is the income. By the time you deduct the cost of doing business, the cost of maybe you pay for rent of a shop, or you buy data to market your product online or your services, or all of the things you use in delivering the services, or in all the costs you use in selling that product. When you remove it from the income that you make, that is your profit. So a lot of people make mistakes. Once they sell a product worth 10,000, they believe that they've made profit. No, that is not profit. So I am going to be giving you an example, and I want you to respond to me. So now, Temi Fabrics and Styles deals with women wear, and so they sold shirts. They sold a shirt at the end of September 2023. They sold a shirt worth. They sold 5,000 shirts, and that 5,000 shirts is sold for 2,000 naira each. What is their income and what is their profit? Can anybody tell me? I want to know if you are following me. So please, we've not gotten to this part. Can you please go back to the slide? We are still talking about money and its movements. Okay. All right. So, all right. So I'm waiting. I'm waiting for your response. Did you hear what I asked? Did you hear what I asked you? Hope you heard my question. If you can't hear me, please drop in the chat box. If you want me to repeat myself, drop it in the chat box. Okay. So somebody said profit is not income for a knowledge gain. Okay. All right. So thank you very much for responding. There's my glasses. All right. Thank you for responding. Okay. So please repeat. Yeah. My question is, Temi Fabrics and Style deals in women shirts. So a shirt is sold for 2,000 naira, and they sold 5,000 shirts at the end of September 2023. What is the income and what is the profit? Stanley, did you get that? So the shirt is sold for 2,000, and the 5,000 shirts were sold. What is the income and what is the profit? I need just one response and we'll move on. Tell me the income, tell me the profit. Are you asking Google, or you are you are punching your calculator? Okay, so Maro said 10 million income. So what is the profit? What is the profit? Maro, Stanley, can you tell us what the profit is? Someone said the income is 10,000. All right. So what's the profit? Okay, Stanley said 10,000. Profit will be determined after thank you very much, Maro. Yeah. So you got the concept after they deducted all production expenses. So for people rendering service, most of the time they get this wrong because they feel that I'm rendering service, is it a service? They can't, they may not be able to calculate the profit because they feel that what are the things that I spend on to deliver the service. How do I deduct all the production expenses or all, because I'm not into production, I render service. I tell you, for the cost of reaching out to your customer, for example, if you go online to look for customers, you are doing ads, you post on your Facebook status or your Instagram handle, or you post on your WhatsApp status, you know that you use data to do all of that. Those are the costs of doing business. So the profit will be deducted from the income. Yes, it will be deducted from the income. Joseph, thank you for responding. So what you need to do is you deduct the cost of doing the business. How much to the nearest kobo? How much does it take you to actually sell this product from the time for example, if it is buying and selling, from the time you get the product or you produce, if you're into production, till the time you sell? What are the costs if you put it in the shop? What are the costs? What are you paying? If you have staff in your office as a service provider, or if you produce your product yourself or you buy and sell, what are the costs? Those are the things you remove. When you deduct that from your income, then you have your profit. Okay, so let's move on quickly. So that's how to determine the income from your business. So money, like I said, money goes out and coming. So from your salary, from the income, and from the income from investment, those are the ways money comes into your hand. And money goes out through expenses. If either your business expense or your personal expense. Remember, I said something earlier that you should not mix your business expense with your business income and expense with your personal income as a business owner. All right. So, okay, somebody said 5 million naira, 2,000 times 5,000, 2,000 naira times 5,000. All right, so we'll move past that. So now I want you to do something. Calculate your money base. List all the accounts you have right now and the amount you have in them. That is your money base. Meanwhile, a lot of people open some accounts they don't use. They have 2,000 naira here, 5,000 naira there. They open it because my cousin wants me to open an account with their bank. They do all of these, all of those things. Learn to consolidate what you have. A little here, a little there. If you put them together, even if it is in a savings account that you're getting 3.5% per month, it's still something that you scattering your money all around. So I would advise that calculate your money base. If you can't do it right now, after this section, make sure you calculate it. Just note it. How much do I have in my Access account? How much do I have in my PAMPay, my OPay, and all of that? You get your money base. Then evaluate your inflow. How are you making money and where? How is money coming to you? I worked in the bank till June this year, and apart from me making money, like collecting salary, I make money from other means. I train, I get paid. I speak, I get paid. I am an author, as I was rightly introduced. I've authored 9 books. I get paid, and so all of those places, money comes in for me from those places. So I can conveniently say that, or if I'm evaluating my inflow, I'll write, at that time I was still in the bank, I'll write my money from the bank, the salary per month, I put it there. The money that comes in from my Money Mastery Academy, I put it there. From the courses I sell, from the book I sell, and all of that, those are my money, where money comes from. So another thing is calculate your expenses. How much do you spend daily, monthly, yearly? Do you even know? The best way to know is when you buy something, you take a note. I have a very small jotter in my bank. I note everything I buy, and because I want to know what I don't want to spend on or what I want to spend on. And at night when I get home, I'll think about, okay, this 5,000 I withdrew, how did I spend it? This 10,000 I collected, how did I spend it? This money, 50,000 that was in my account in the morning, how much is it now? What did I buy? To the nearest kobo. I do it because it helps. If you don't actually manage your money, all these little things you think you are spending on, your money will fly away. So now, once you have done that, make sure you do this. Then you can now know what do you have and how should you earn more. What product should you sell more? What are the things you should do more to make more money, to be able to fund your expenses. Because for a lot of people, money goes out from their hands and it comes in. And the best place you can be is money must come into your hand than money is going out. That's the best place you can be. Now, let's talk about assets, because asset is the basics of lasting wealth. All of these things we are saying, I want to have business, I want to be a leader, I want to be a thought leader, I want to be, it's about money. Let's be realistic. You can't, if you don't have money, you may not be able to fulfill your purpose, your passion, you may not be able to fulfill it. If you have some goals and some dreams to retire early or to retire and start enjoying your life, you may not be able to fulfill it. If you have a plan to help others, to help other goals, to help your family, to help the needy, if you don't have money, if you don't build lasting wealth, you will not be able to achieve that. So the basics of lasting wealth is when you have assets. Now let's talk about assets. We have liquid assets and illiquid assets. Liquid assets can be turned into cash in less than 72 hours. Those are money in the bank, cash in money, mutual funds, treasury bills. You can easily convert them to cash within 72 hours. You should have this type of assets. So when you are building your asset, you must make sure that you have liquid cash, no matter what, something you can turn into cash within 72 hours. And a liquid cash cannot be turned into asset into cash within 72 hours. Now, another type of asset is we have tangible assets and intangible assets. So for your tangible assets, those are the things that you can see, you can feel. And intangible assets are things that you cannot see. For example, you are an asset. We can what's it called? If you have an intellectual property, is an asset. If you develop yourself and you have some skills that you can use to do your business, or you can use for services, or you can teach people and make money, or you can put down as a course or as a book and make money, those are assets. You cannot touch them, but you have them. So that's the difference between tangible and intangible assets. And you, as an individual, must have a tangible asset and an intangible asset. Remember what I said about liquid assets? You must make sure you have liquid assets and illiquid assets. Another type of asset you should have is tangible assets and intangible assets. So I hope you understand me to this point. Okay, so let's move to the next slide. So for asset is something that increases in value over time. So assets increase in value. For example, if you buy a landed property in a good area, in the next few months, it increases in value. You as an asset, if you develop yourself, you can increase in value. If you have a car and you buy a car today, tear rubber, by the time you remove the nylon, it has become second hand. It may not be able to increase in value, except you use that asset to bring money to yourself. Now, if that car, you now use it for Bolt, Taxify, Uber, or you use it to make money for yourself, then we can call the car an asset. So remember, you need to have tangible assets, you need to have intangible assets, you need to have liquid assets and illiquid assets. An asset is something that will bring you money over time, something that will appreciate. I hope I'm clear on that. All right. So remember what I said earlier about inflow. So I want to go back to that. Inflow, like I said, you can get it from salary, from sales of your goods, from shares if you buy shares, and from interest if you invest your money. Maybe in mutual funds, if you invest in mutual funds and you get money back, money comes to you. If you buy a landed property and you develop it and you have maybe a shopping complex and you get money every month or yearly, that brings in. So please. So I'm trying to build on something and I'm taking you somewhere. If you follow me, you will be able to get it as we move. So please, can you move to the next slide, please? All right. So now let's talk about the asset called you. You are the most valuable asset. If you for if you leave Nigeria now and you find yourself in a strange land, can you survive till you get a job with your certificate, or till you are able to, to to get yourself um, involved in some things that will bring you money legally in that country? If the answer is no, then you need a skill. You need to constantly develop yourself because you are the most valuable asset. If you lose your certificate today, or you lose your job, or your business go down, is it still possible for you to be able to make money without all of those things? If the answer is no, then you should look for at least 2 or 3 scalable skills that you can do. And talking about skills, you know what's best for you. You need to set yourself, apart from the business you do now or the work you do now, what else can bring you money? So I left the bank in June, and honestly, I will tell you that I have not even missed my salary because money keeps coming in for me. At times I wonder, like I said, oh, so why didn't I leave before now? Like, money keeps coming in for me from all of the skills that I have learned. There are some skills that I didn't even know that I can make money from. I started making money from them because I feel that, well, I have bills to pay, I have my business to build. And so it was in the past 3 months that I have left, I realized that yes, truly, I have developed myself over the years that I have been working. And I am so grateful. And that's why I'm passionate about saying this. I have a friend that has she left the bank and she started a business early. At 40, she was featured as a 40 under 40 entrepreneur. And so she had what was it called? She had an hospitality business, and she has other businesses. Guess what? During COVID, she was not making, before COVID, she was really making money from the event center that she owned. But during COVID, she was not able to make money. She was not making money from other businesses that and some other skills. And she said, thank God that I did not put all my egg in the basket. Thank God I was not focused on this business that was bringing me so much money at that time. During COVID, everything went down until now that everything started coming up. So no matter what business you do, as a person, you must be valuable. If you don't even want to do business and you want to work in an organization, the best way to rise to the top is when you constantly develop yourself. You constantly increase in value. Remember what I said about asset. Asset is something that increases in value over time and that can bring you money. So if you develop yourself to the point that your clients and your customers cannot do without you, you will sleep and money will still be entering your account. If you learn the skills that when no people can't do it as good as you are, and you are so fantastic in what you do, people would put money on you. A lot of people will line up and say, no, it is a product we want to buy. No, we have to wait. I remember this person that signed up for my one-on-one coaching class. She signed up since August. She paid me, but she was not ready. But because she felt that before you say that you are not taking any coaching client for the year, let me pay. Even though I can't have time to go through the coaching now, but let me pay so that I know that I have paid because I need this value. You must be so fantastic that a lot of people would want to pay for your service, buy your product. A lot of organizations will be looking at you to say, okay, we want you to join us because of the person you have become. So if you don't take anything out of this section, remember that you are the most valuable asset. And if you build yourself, you develop yourself, and you focus on your personal development, you can make money anywhere, anyhow, wherever you are, wherever you find yourself. Either business is moving or not, either you get a job or not, either you earn salary or not. So no matter who you are, a 9-to-5 worker or a business owner, you must make sure that you have skills that will bring you money. So go online and search for simple, scalable skills. What are the skills that are selling? Learn them. What are the skills that people are looking for right now? From 5 years ago, there's some skills that people were not looking at. that now if you can just know it, just a simple skill of, I don't want to mention any right now. That's a simple skill can make you more money every day. You are sleeping, money is coming into you. So as a most valuable asset, because you are the most, you can, if you invest in yourself, you can get 1,000% returns. So I don't want to waste much of our time. I will have told you my story of personal development, how I grew from being very timid to making money. Okay, so let me tell you a little story. When I was very young, at primary two, I already knew I wanted to be a banker. I told myself before I die, I wanted to be a banker. I want to be a great speaker, and I want to have my fashion business. And now I've added to that list. I'll study law before I die. All right. So as young as when I was in primary two, I'd already I saw a teacher that used to bring money to the class, and I said, where do you get new notes? She told me that she gets new notes from her husband, that he works in a bank. I said, what do they do in the bank? Said people bank help people manage their money and all of that. I said, yes, I want to be a bank, and I was focused. I when I got to secondary school, I went to the commercial class. During my break, I will go and learn fashion designing because my dad is an advocate of a child learning another skill apart from going to school. So I was doing that. So along the line, I told you I also wanted to be a very great speaker. So I I speak in church, I recite memory verse. But one day I missed my line and people started laughing. I was so ashamed. I felt like, God, let this ground open and swallow me. But fortunately, the ground did not open and swallow me. So I was stuck. At the end of the day, I told myself, never again, I will never speak in public again. But one day, a friend of mine told me something. She said, evil prevail when good people keep quiet. You can't afford to keep quiet. You have a whole lot in you. Instead of writing, I know you write well, you still need to speak. That day I made up my mind and I started my journey of learning to speak, to train. And right now, there's no platform I can't speak or train. In fact, as a matter of I'm an international speaker. I've spoken in conferences outside the country. So from being that timid girl that said she would never ever talk in public again, to this fantastic person that speaks and everyone wants to listen, and being invited to speak on great platform and international platform. So that's my journey of personal development. And it's a very long story, but I just cut it short. So if you don't take anything out, make sure you know that you are the most valuable asset and you must constantly invest in yourself to be the great person. And that's where you can make more money no matter who you are or what you do. Please, can you move to the next slide? All right. So remember, I said asset is something that brings you money. So now let's look at this. If you have a skill as an asset, you can get a job with your skill or your certificate, and you can do your business with your skill, and you earn salary from it as an inflow, or you make profit from your business, or you make gain from the service you render. All right. So now, if you buy a property which is an asset, you can get return from sales if you sell the property and it's an inflow. And if you build the property, you can actually get income from the rent you get from it. And then, so if you invest, you get interest and return from your investment, and that is another inflow. So that's how you can convert your asset to an inflow and money comes to you. I always tell people something. I say, if you eat every day or you spend every day, you must make money every day. I remember in 2021, I told myself there's a project I wanted to do. So I started saving 1,000 naira every day for 365 days because I wanted the money to be 365,000. So I told myself, I don't want to be saving this 1,000 naira from my salary. It should definitely come from my business, my other business. So I set up a direct debit on one app, a savings app. That savings app is like an investment app. So I'll still get something on it. I'm not going to get 365,000 alone. I'm still going to get return on my investment. So I did that. every 10 p.m. every day, my account will be debited for 1,000 and it will move to that savings account. What that now? Remember, I said I don't want to. I told myself it wasn't going to be for my salary. So what did I do? Every day, I make sure I make a sale that will give me a profit of at least 1,000 that I can save. So if I'm looking at the time and it's 5 o'clock and I'm out of work and I've not sold anything, that I can conveniently say that I can remove that 1,000. I'll start chatting my customer. I'll put it on my status. I'll post on Facebook, talk about my book, my product, my everything, so that I can make money every day. So as a business owner, make sure that you are making a particular profit every day and you are saving a particular amount every day. So if you if you are really serious about building lasting wealth, you need to know how to make money and save the money and manage the money. So I hope that story inspired you, all right, to have a savings plan and a particular amount that you save. You can use it for, you can put it back to your business. You can decide to use it to do dirty December in December, whatever it is you want to do it, use it for. It will build your saving culture. At the end of the day, it will let you know that you can actually do much more and you can actually save more. So you must have a good relationship with your money, whereby inflows can be used to generate more assets. That's the place you want to get to. So that when you make money, when you have assets, you make more money. And when you make more money, you use that more money to make more money. That's the place you want to be. So if you have a salary, or you should endeavor to have other business, have side hustles, have what brings money for you. If you have a major business, look at what are the little things you can do by the side. As a banker, I saw a lot of things mistake people make because I was in loan, I worked as a relationship officer, I worked in the HR, and I know a lot of mistake people make. So I wrote my book and it creates solution for people. And so I sell my book every day. I make more money. And it's still related to what I do. I can advise people based on what I see and the mistakes I've seen. So I was making more money. And then I started teaching and training about financial management. And I started coaching. And then I started selling my courses on financial literacy and financial management. That's how you can bring other streams from what you already do. What are the things you are doing? If you are selling, if you have a fashion house, you can look for other things that will complement your fashion house, that you can make small money. Remember, if you spend every day, you must make money every day. In fact, you must make profit every day. You must get to a point whereby you make profit every day. So your salary, your business, your investment, your property, those are the ways you can use your assets to make inflow and make more inflow. So if you work 9 to 5, you have salary, make sure you invest in a business, and then you have a business, your income and your profit, invest it maybe in a landed property or maybe mutual funds. And when you invest in mutual funds, you can, and you build it to a point, you can invest in landed property, rinse and repeat. Make sure there's a circle where money is coming in, you're using it for another thing, is making more money for you, and you are constantly having inflow. You know, if you have money and you're constantly spending it, by the time you wake up and when you retire active work, either voluntarily or involuntarily, you will not have anything to fall back on. A lot of people don't plan to retire at 40, but then there's a terminal disease or they get an accident during work or anything, and they're forced to retire early. So what if that, God forbid, that's what we say in Africa. But you need to constantly plan about your future. You always need to know what you want in the future and plan ahead so that you'll not get to the future and you open your mouth like, wow, the future has come. I have a friend that planned to retire at 40. And at 40, he had built some businesses. And then he wasn't, by 40, he stopped being CEO. And he puts people and the business still runs. What he does now is like he travels around the world. He's like in Nigeria. Enjoying is like he had planned, you can plan to retire at 50, 55, 50, 60, and the money, this asset inflow thing will work for you and you continue to make more money. All right. So I hope that you learn something from this slide. At this point, I want to pause as we move to the next slide to ask you if there's any question. Please, at this point, let me know if you have a question so that I can take them. Just drop your question. As we move on, I will answer them. All right. So we have a few minutes to go. And so I am going to quickly take all of these as you drop your question so that I'll read in case there's something you want to ask from what I've said earlier. All right. So now, outflow. Money, remember I said something about money money comes in and money, the way money goes out. So now let me explain your outflow. I've told you how you can make your asset bring more inflow and you keep having inflow. Now, outflow, there are some things that you must know about your outflow, the way money goes out. You have mandatory outflow, sorry. You have necessary outflow. We have emergency outflow, and we have discretionary outflow. You must prepare for all these four. Mandatory outflow are things that are mandatory. For example, tax, you need to pay tax mandatorily. Even if you go to the supermarket to buy something, they will deduct tax. These things are mandatory. For example, if you have your business, you need to pay tax. Those are mandatory. There's nothing you can do about it. Sooner or later, except you don't register your business, you have to pay tax. Necessary outflow. These are the things that you need, your daily expenses, the daily expenses you use for your personal life or your business. Those are the necessary expenses. And then emergency outflow. At times, you may not even need the emergency outflow, but we really need to plan for the emergency outflow. So for emergency, you must keep a particular amount of your money aside in case there's an emergency. Now, discretionary outflow are money that you just feel that, okay, let me go, let me have a time. Today is my birthday, I want to buy a new clothes, or I want to take myself out, or I want to take my friends out. Those are discretionary. They are not mandatory. They are not necessary. They are not emergency. You can just think that, okay, that's what I want to. But for all of this four, you need to plan for them. As you get your inflow, you must plan for your mandatory, your necessary, your emergency, and your discretionary outflow. Next slide, please. And by the way, thank you for sharing my slides. So next, can we move to the next? So I've explained the mandatory. Those are tax, pension. Okay, pension is very, very important. If you work 9 to 5, it is compulsory. There's a contribution you do for pension. But if you have your business, why not pay yourself your pension? Why not put something aside that this is my pension? This is what I want to fall back on, no matter what. If everything is falling, I'm not going to touch this money because this is my pension. At the end of the day, when I stop active work, this is what I will be paying myself for. So your pension, as you are keeping your pension aside, it should be in an investment account or you invest it in a safe investment. I repeat, a low risk investment so that you know that you will not lose the money. All right. So now the mandatory, okay, can you recommend app for savings money, ma? Okay, so this is going to be recorded and I don't want to look as if I'm marketing any app, but let me tell you the app I use. I don't want to look like I think there's a group for this training. Please, I want the organizers to add me to the group so that I can send you the app that I use in that group, because I think this is being recorded. I don't want to look as if I'm marketing a particular fund manager or app. So what you do is please, and then you can get my contact. You can chat me personally. I can link you with app for savings, some fund managers I use to invest, and they are safe fund. You can't lose your money. There's no way you will lose your capital, and you will definitely have return on investment. Okay, so the person, okay, you will be added to the group. Yes, please add me to the group so that, okay, sir, thank you. Then to the organizers, add me to the group so that I can even answer some other questions and then drop my the app and the fund managers that I use. All right, so let's move quickly. Our time is taking. So mandatory tax, pension, I said you must have your pension. All right. Emergency things you never chose to spend on. Discretionary, like I said, you decide whether you want or you don't want them. They are not something that is a matter of life and death. So All right. So for emergency, you must save at least 3 months or 6 months of your personal expenses for emergency, so that if anything, if worst come to worst, you are not be able to make money for 3 months. You still have something you are spending till 3 months to get yourself together and bounce back. That's the essence of emergency. For example, if you make income of 200,000 and what you spend for yourself as monthly expense is 50,000 out of that, out of the 200,000, your 50,000 times three for 3 months, that is 150,000. And if the 50,000 is for 6 months, that's 300,000. That's what you save as an emergency. You're not touching it. You put it where you can easily convert it in 72 hours and all of that. You know, I told you I'm going to be building on what you have said earlier. So let's move to the next slide, please. So please drop your comment, drop your messages as we move. So you cannot improve what you cannot measure. So you need to know what you are worth. Remember, I told you when I made up my mind that I don't want to end up like this, my colleague. I started, I checked myself. What do I have? What's my net worth? So this is the stage where you know what is your liquid net worth, and how you can measure this is it will help. First, the reason why you should do it is to help you assess your financial status. It helps you understand your personal financial goal. So if you know what you are worth this month, this is October. By the time you do it again in December, it will help you know if you have actually grown or not. So your liquid net worth equation will help you make good financial decisions. And that's why it is important. And so on the screen, if you check the screen, you will see the equation on how to measure your liquid net worth. Your liquid net worth is your monthly income plus your liquid cash asset. Remember your liquid cash asset, everything you have that we talked about earlier, what you have in your bank account, what you have in your purse, what you're expecting. If you add it to your monthly income, what you have on your income that comes in from your business, from your investment, from everything, if you add the two together, and and you minus your monthly expenses and the debt you have, that is what you are worth right now. That's a simple way. It's like saying that what you owe, what you own minus what you owe. So everything you owe or own right now, all your assets, if you minus all the things that you owe people, that is your net worth. And this is a simple way to calculate it. You may want to write down this equation and do it after this class. And remember, the reason why you should do this constantly is so that you know if you are going, if you are building your wealth. It doesn't matter how slow. You need to be patient. If you are really patient, you'll go little by little. I have a 16-year-old that started. She attends all my training class online. She's always listening. At times I take her, and she told herself that she's in the university, and she told herself that I am going to start saving. And she asked me that, okay, so what she wanted to start investing. She asked me for the fund manager that I use. I said, and I have already I have mentees, so I handed her over to one of my mentees. So he's going to mentor you too for investment. Although I also check and balance. I check everything for check and balance. So he put her through. She has an app on her phone. She can monitor. In fact, today she has from school. She chatted me and said, "Mom, somebody sent me money. I want you to help me move it to my investment." And she started with just 5,000. And every day she would say, "See, my money is increasing." She's encouraged to do more. I told her that you don't have to rush. No, whatever you have, that's what you will use to build your wealth. So you don't have to rush. And because you are still young, just imagine if you save 5,000 naira every month, you put it in your investment and you are not touching it. She has a savings that she saved. She has a place where she put her pocket money, a place she put her savings and her investment separately, as young as she is. And I did not sit her down to tell her. She listens to all my training and she came to meet me. I deliberately did not want to force her. I want to see if she has sense. And she has sense. And she came to me and I gave her a mentor. And right now she will just send, she can screenshot her app. See, my money is going. I said, that's the way, just keep going, keep going. And because she sees that the money is increased, it encourages her. She wants to do more and put more. So just start small and continue to build your wealth. There's no rush. Patient does it. But if you have as much, make sure that you put a particular percentage to where your money can go easily. Remember what I said, that you may, God forbid, you may retire early. If you always think about that, it will help you. So let's move fast to, so please do your equation, do your calculate your liquid net worth so that it will help you track your growth as you move on your financial journey. All right, so please let's move to the next slide. Remember, monthly income plus liquid cash assets minus debt. That's what that's what your liquid net worth is at this moment. So, how wealthy are you right now? Calculate your current monthly income, your salary, your sales, calculate everything. Add that to the total of the cash you have now that we said, add that up. Then subtract the amount of money that you spend every month, and then subtract your debt. That's simply calculating your liquid net worth right now. So, how wealthy are you? What do you have? What is your net worth? What are you worth? Calculate this. You can write down these steps. I've given you the equation. This is the step. Write it down and do it when you at your quiet time. All right. So please let's move quickly. Next slide, please. All right. So financial decision. Once you know your liquid net worth, and if you are following me from the beginning of this training, you will know that you already have what it takes to make good financial decisions. So now if you know your net worth, some people are thinking, hey, I'm not worth much at this age. You will want to eliminate debt. You may want to reduce the expenses. You may need to add to your streams of income, and you may need to grow and create your asset deliberately. Remember what I said about assets. You are the most valuable asset. You need to develop you. You need to grow you and then grow your assets. Use your income to build your asset and then make sure that your money is coming down and the cycle goes on. So these are the financial decisions you can make today that will help you. If you remember everything I've said, you want to make up your mind on your notepad and your paper to eliminate debt. If you're someone that is into debt right now, you want to reduce your expenses. There's some things you can defer and not spend money on now that you can spend money on later. You can save to buy those things that you buy on credit and you end up paying more. All right. So you increase your income. Look for little things that can bring money for you. It doesn't matter. I have people that sell something as low as 100 naira. And by the time they bring all the money together, you now realize that they are even making profit than people that are selling big products. So think about it. How can you make money every day because you spend money every day? And then grow your asset. Go it small. Be patient. Do it, assuming this is a master class, there are questions I will have asked you. There are some exercises I will have allowed you to do, and it will help you to know how to make up your mind to actually go. So let's move to the next slide. So you cannot improve what you cannot measure. Yes, and someone said, Blessing, thank you so much for that comment. And someone said, she's enjoying the class. I thank you so much for staying till now. So now, when we talk about the main reason why we are doing all these things is so that our money will not go wings and fly away, right? So one good tool that you can use, and I call it money rule book, is your budget. It will help you. This will help you to actually know what comes into you and what goes out and how you can manage it. So you would want to use your money rule book, and this is your budget. So your budget is your money rule book that you should use. Okay, sorry for the break. So I'm so glad. Thank you so much. I know how to create your budget. So, how do you create your budget? Budget must be personal to you. So, I know most of us will know the rule, the 20, 30, 50 rule of budget. It works. But one thing I want to first tell you about budget is it must be personal to you. What I earn is not what you earn. So you must make sure that your budget works for you, or else it will not work. So it is so personal. Even if I give you the tips for budgeting, you need to make sure that you do what works for you. So budgeting effectively ensures that there's a balance between your expenses and your income. So your budget must be personalized. It must work for you. It must work for you. It must be in tune with yourself, with your vision, with your values, and with your goals. All right. And it must be organized and you must plan it. Remember what I told you earlier that I write what I spend every day. In fact, at times I would call my daughter and say, "What did I buy?" She say, "But I didn't go out with you now. How will I know what I buy?" I say, "I'm looking for 100 naira. I've calculated everything. There's something I use 100 naira. It's not balanced." She already knows, so she stopped arguing because I really want to know where my money is going. And I believe that 100 naira here, 200 naira there, by the time you sum it up in a year, you will realize that the money itself, you can use it to buy, you can use it to buy Christmas clothes just on the lighter mood. So please, let's move on to the next slide. So you really need to know what you spend and and the tool that will help you is your budget. So what are the steps to create your budget? One, you need access to your income. So what is your income? You already know your income. Assess your income. As if you are married, what you spend money on will be different from what you would somebody that is single will spend money on. So one, assess your income. You know your income. We've done that one. So I'm confident that you know that one. Then, and because your income is everything that comes in for you, assess your status. Are you single? Are you married? Assess who are the people that depend on you. You remember I said that your budget must be personalized to you. So, for example, somebody that has a mother, a father, a mother-in-law that he takes care of the 2 children or 4 children, siblings that are still going to school, you can agree with me that your budget will be different from somebody that is single and has a rich parent that still gives her money. So, Emmanuel, this is an interesting section, but thank you very much. Thank you for the comment. It makes me want to do more. All right. So if you have your father-in-law, your grandfather, your great-grandfather to take care of, your budget will be different from a single guy that will just spend on his girlfriend, or a single lady that will just spend on money, that will just spend on Bone Street. All right. So you need to know your status, and then who are the people that depends on you, and then set the amount for your major categories. So these are the major things you have to pay for if you are already an adult. Housing. So remember one thing that is important. It depends on you. Let it be personalized to you. So this is an idea of what you can do. So for housing, experts have said that between 25% to 30% of your income should go to housing. So if your income is 500,000, 25% or 30% of 100,000 should be what you use for your house rent if you want to live a debt-free life. So it doesn't matter that I want to stay in the place where my friends are staying. No, 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 no. Let it be personalized to you, personalized to your income and your situation. Now, necessity. What are necessary things? Your needs, things that you need to live daily. For example, food, clothing, whatever. Let them that they will be personalized to you. For me, that don't really like eating, I may not prioritize eating to other things, maybe personal development. So all are the things that are necessary for you for your day-to-day life should be 25 to 45% of your income. That's all you keep for necessity. And then emergency, between 10% and 15% should go for your emergency. And then discretionary, between 0% and 15% of your income. Please, let's move to the next slide. So once you can take this step, note this step, it will help you. So now, another thing is you must have your retirement plan. So once you you have create your budget, you use all these things that I mentioned to create your budget. And of course, Nigerians spend 66% of their income in food. Yes, I agree with you, honestly. I agree. But then, like I said, if you don't plan for your future will come. And at the end of the day, so you can actually cut down on food. You can still eat healthy, but cut down on food. Reduce what you buy outside. Well, eating out, you can reduce it and still eat healthy. So, so said, how can one curtail excess expense? Because no matter how I differentiated my wants and needs, they always clash. Now, your wants and needs, if you want to differentiate it, think about it. What are the things that I cannot do about? Those are your needs. Wants are things you just desire. For example, I'm craving ice cream. Those are your wants. You can decide that this year, all the shoes I have are still okay. I'll polish them very well. I'm not buying new shoes until December. I did this, was it 2020? Yes. I can't remember. Was it 2020? I told myself that I'm not going to buy any shoe this year and clothes. Yes. I didn't buy clothes and shoes till December. By the time I saw the amount I was able to save, January when I wanted to resume, guess what? I bought 5 shoes, 2, I think 4 bags, because I'd already saved up that year. And my saving is always in one investment account or the other. Or remember what I said about having liquid cash that you can convert in 72 hours. So that's why I put some of my emergency savings and savings that I know that are short-term savings. So they still give me income. So you just need to discipline yourself. You know that something that is you can't do without food, you can't do without food. Those are your needs. But once something you're just craving, something you can do without. There's some clothes they're still fine. You don't need to buy new clothes. You just put another accessory and it will look different. You don't have to buy all the Ashelbis. You don't have to buy the whole, go to all the old one beds. Things that you think that you can cut. It is possible if you look deeply at where your money is going to help you know that what are the things I should cut, what are the things I should not buy, what are the things I can even sell. If you have a lot of woman hair and they're not doing anything in your wardrobe, you can sell them. People still buy. You revamp yourself, and so you don't need to. Or you trade some things in to get a new one. So those way you can cut your expenses. So of course, when you save, your saving should be part of your budget. And so when you save for retirement, say future will meet you whether you plan or not. Yes, you must plan for it. So that's why you need. Thank you for this. This just coming and Victoria. Thank you for for posting these quotes right now. Yes, I said it. I said either you plan for it or not, your future will come. I know that we all pray that we will live long, Abi, and in good health. So we'll still be here. But if you don't plan, I pray that we will not be looking at our friends to eat. So you need to plan for your pension. Remember what I said about pension. If you have a business, make sure you have a pension. Then retirement savings, then life assurance. Thank you, Ma, for sharing your experience. I've been inspired and also learned a lot. Now I'm able to manage my money passively, and this is because of your sector. Thank you so much for this Ray. Thank you so much for this kind word. All right, so make sure you plan for your retirement. You can have a life assurance. Life assurance is a way to actually keep money aside for retirement at the same time ensuring your life. So you can do 10 years and you say by the end of 10 years, you get your money and the interest accrued. God forbid if anything happens to you, maybe you are sick. There's a particular amount they give you if you are sick, if you have a life assurance. And if you have accident, there's a particular amount that they will get. God forbid if you die before the 10 years, you will collect the amount that you are supposed to save for 10 years. What's it called? The beneficiary will collect that. So I want you to please plan for retirement. That's the whole essence of what we've been talking about since morning. So next slide. I'm looking at the time. It's already 1 hour, and I don't want us to. I don't want to take more of our time. So now, tell me. A lot of us have been dropping our key learnings, but I really want to hear from you. What are the 3 key things that you learned today? Let me know. And how did you intend to use the knowledge that has been shared? Learn how to plan birthday gift for the no. Victoria, I don't understand. All right. So how much is good for retirement? Okay, so remember I see I, I I don't like to say that this is the amount that is good for your retirement, but you know what you want at retirement. Some people want to retire, have just one house where they can sit and enjoy their life. Some people at retirement, they want to travel around the world, seeing places, enjoying life. Some people at retirement, they want to spend the rest of their life helping the needy, helping. So it depends. Someone said basically financial discipline is very good when you are a business person. Yes, if you're a good business person, Naomi, financial discipline is good. Even if you're a knight, if you work for someone, that you really need financial discipline as well. So no matter who you are, what you do, you must be really disciplined. But it is important for you as a business owner too to be really disciplined. Make sure you are not mixing your business and your personal finance. So Victoria, back to you. Make sure that you can calculate that how much do you really want when you retire. And remember that there's time value of money and then there's inflation. So you want to earn as much as you you can earn and multiply it as fast as you can. So make sure that you are constantly planning for the future. You may not be able to calculate it right now. In my master class, there's an exercise we do that you can have an idea of what you want, what you have earned in the past, and what you want to earn in the future. So Daya said multiple sources of income is the way forward. Yes, it is. Multiple finance. One of my quotes is multiple financial issues needs multiple financial income. So if you know that your income is not too much and you have a lot that you're spending on, you have a lot of family people that depends on you, you have a future that you really want to get to, you want to retire and relax, you will be disciplined. Now, I remember I always tell this story. There's this person when I was in bank that was driving me, and one day he said, me today is my birthday, I'm 65. And then when he said it, somebody said, how to save money. Okay, have special skills to back up your business and manage your expenses. Thank you very much, Bolaji, for sharing what you've learned today. Now, so this person and now when he told me we celebrated the birthday and I got to my side thinking, he used to tell me that when he was young, he was working with a particular, if I tell you the name of the company, you will know that time he does not need visa to travel out. He used to travel every 2 weeks, to the UK, blah, blah, blah. And this was this person that at 65, he came back and he was a driver driving and earning peanuts. And I thought to myself, this is an example of it. When I tell people that you should mind your own money when you're still young, people will be saying, you don't earn more. Nigeria is bad. Nigeria is kiniko. You can't save. We can't even eat. But fuel is expensive. People will be giving all the excuses. But do you really want to go back after a year, after you struggle all your life to work? Do you still want to go back at 60 something and be serving others and be looking for money? No, I don't think you want to do that. If you think about the future you want, you would plan ahead. I always say that if people can think ahead about the future they desire, it will help them in whatever decision they make every day, every week, and every month. All right. So now I would like to take more questions. If you don't want to drop your key learnings, thank you very much for sharing. For those that have shared, I learned the importance of budgeting, financial discipline, and having multiple streams of income. Simple. Thank you very much. I feel like hugging you right now, Maro. God, I hope I've not bothered your name because you've learned a lot. Record everything you spend on every day. Thank you very much, Jeremiah, for getting this. All right, Jeremiah said personalize your budget. fantastic. You must personalize. Don't say because my friend's budget is this. No, you have a lot of factors that will determine how to budget your own. Any other thing before we go? Please, let's move to the next slide. Next slide, please. So I want to leave you with this quote. Wealth is not about having a lot of money. It's about having financial intelligence to make the right decision about money. I hope that you've learned something today. Stanley said having multiple income is very good and plan a good retirement savings. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing. All right. So I'm leaving you with this quote, and I hope that you will make the right decision. Some of the exercises that we've done during this section, I hope you go back and really do it and tell yourself the truth and make up your mind that going forward, you'll invest in yourself as the most valuable asset. When you have money, you will buy assets and make it make more money for you. And then you will save, you will budget, and you will be financially free. All right. So Joseph said, Ma, is there, you can drop all the link that we can actually invest our money that will be giving us income apart from the business there. Yes, like I said, if you add me to the group for this bootcamp, I will drop uh, some of the app I use and the fund managers and their phone number. You can talk to them, you can discuss with them. Once you agree and you start, you download on your phone and you can actually, most of them now have app. You can monitor your investment as you go every day. All right. So I will please, and the organizers already promised to add me to the group, and I will do that. So if there's no any other question, I want to thank you very much, Goomba Leadership Center, for this boot camp and for inviting me and for always inviting me. So I want to thank you for the opportunity to share my wealth of knowledge concerning financial literacy. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, thank you so much. It's been wonderful having you again, Temi Alade-Mustapha. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing your insights, for sharing your experiences as an expert in the field. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I'm sure from the comments, the participants are grateful for what the insights you have shared with them this afternoon. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. We appreciate you. And
You're
just like I
welcome.
promised, yes, we're going to add you to the group so that we can share all the details that we promised them. God bless you,
All
my
right.
sister. Thank you so much.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Bye.